Action.
There we go. Hey, how's it going? Okay, so we dug up a bunch of this gravel. I put some in the pails already. I'm going to dig up a bit more here. And we're going to take it down and wash it. Now you notice that there's a mix of shards of bedrock, which are really sharp-edged, and river run rock, which is rounded. So you know that's that layer right where the gravel meets the bedrock. And it's a deep kind of color of rusty red too, you notice. That means that that gravel down in those cracks is mixed with other iron, heavy materials, hopefully gold. And when that iron gets exposed to the air, it rusts and causes the gravel around it to turn red. So, we got a bunch of gravel here. We're going to run it down this way. Now we got a couple of guys here. Now they've paid a rate to be up here all season. That's kind of their own private little hole that they're digging in. And they found a bit of gold in there. No retirement nuggets yet, but we'll just leave that stuff there. Grab a couple of these and bring them down here. Now I'm just going to show you in here, again, here's bedrock, all through here, very sharp edged, and then here's river run rock, and there's a good example of that rusty material that gets caught really down in the cracks. So if I dig a little bit of that stuff out, bedrock and river run rock together. Okay, so put that on the shovel. Again, I've filled some up in this wheelbarrow already, just to, so I'm not running a half full wheelbarrow down there. So we'll set that there. We'll put these ones on top of here. And with any luck, she'll stay on the track. Okay. Running her down this way. Now I've used my tailing rocks as kind of a retaining wall in here, and also a bit of a road bed to support the railway track. And I'm just going to offload these ones here, and then wheel this one right around up to here. Now from here, just dump it directly into my extraction contraption. Just like that. And we'll let that wash in there for a few minutes. And I'm going to go and wash those pails. Hang on. So I'll bring these pails of gravel down here. Now, I needed some kind of a low flow sluice box that worked on just a little bit of water, and I come up with this thing. It's just a V with some corners hammered in there, and I tell you, it works pretty good. You just sprinkle your stuff on there. You might have to agitate it a bit to get the little stuff to wash through, and unfortunately there's no way of seeing if you have any gold in there until you wash the whole thing out by putting it in a pail and turning it up on end. But for a sluice box that runs on a minimal amount of water, boy, you can't beat something like that. My V-sluice, I call it. So anyways, we'll bring the rest of this gravel down here. Now that gravel is up in there, is kind of washing, and some of it's coming down through here, the little stuff. You can see the settling pond where all the silt-laden material will sit for a while the heavies settle out of it before it makes its way on down. There's a few more settling ponds further down, just to make sure that when this water ultimately reaches the creek, it's clear as can be. So most of the gold gets trapped up here, so I can take this stream here and take these buckets of material and just dump them right in there like that. So we'll wash that a bit. We want to make sure that all the mud is off the rock. It doesn't take much with the water flowing. A couple of shakes. Quick check for a big one, because you know there's nuggets up here bigger than that. And that won't fit through the stream, so you don't want to be throwing a big one like that away. Tailings go there. Now the water's still a little muddy from up top. But if you take this clear box put it in the water, you'll be able to see right down to the bottom. Now wash some of the lighter material off the top there, and then you can see if there's anything sitting in there. Now, I didn't put anything in that gravel, so if there's something in here, it's because it was in that gravel to start with. I don't see anything right off, but I have a little piece of gold here. And I take that little piece of gold and dry my hand right off and put it on the end of my finger. So there it is, right there on the end of my finger. Now, if I just drop that right in there, there it goes. I'm pretty sure that's it, sitting right behind that riffle. Now, it's kind of hard to see. Oh, maybe that's it there. But if you put this on there, oh, there it is, sitting right in behind there. Might be tough on the video, but there it is right there. So, oh, it moved a little bit. It moved out and a little bit. But you can see how all the other material is washed out of here. It's all clean. But if you come back to that same spot, there's that little piece of gold.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll leave it there for now, and I'll catch up with you in a